We are now in lecture one, part one of David Ingram's book, Law. In this part, we're going to introduce that our text is, in fact, by David Ingram. We're going to introduce our guiding questions, of which there are three questions that are practical and one question that is theoretical. In our thinking about the relationship between law and morals, we're going to closely follow several chapters from David Ingram's Law, Key Concepts in Philosophy, published in 2006. We are going to do an exposition and a commentary, using to guide us three practical questions and one theoretical question. The three practical questions are the following. One, why do we have an obligation to follow the law at all, or in general? After all, as free and self-owning beings, are we not entitled to refuse to follow the law? And if we do have an obligation to follow the law, can we make sense of that obligation as other than moral? After all, we're trying to think about the relationship and the connection between law and morals. Our second question, our second practical question is, how can law be unjust? Do we not want to say that slavery permitting and segregation laws were unjust? But after all, is not justice itself simply a product of the law? Or is it rather that justice is logically independent of the law and pre-exists the law? In the latter case, then, the good and legitimate law is that which follows and is based on justice, while the bad and illegitimate law is that which does not follow justice. And if law can indeed be unjust, can we make sense of that law as unjust in any other way than by relating it to morality? Is it not that slavery and segregation were immoral, and that is what made them unjust? Our third practical question is a kind of a synthesis of the first two questions. Here it is. What sort of an obligation do we have to follow unjust laws? And indeed, can this obligation to follow unjust laws be made sense of as a moral obligation? These three questions, three practical questions, will be implicit in our thinking along with Ingram, David Ingram, the author of our text. But the one explicit and theoretical question that will drive our exposition forward will be this one. What is, or what is the nature of, law? We will find that at some point this question will, in part, transform itself into a related question. What is the function of law? The theoretical question of the nature of law will be our main driving question. But we will address the other three practical questions by the by as well, as they are indeed the purpose and the goal of asking the theoretical question.